Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel for what is episode 18 of my career mode in MotoGP 21. Since I recorded the last episode where we went through all the preparations for new season, Milestone has released the update which fixed buggy livery on Kalex in Moto2, so I have changed my design of the livery compared to what was presented in the last episode. So this is how the bike looks now. A bit more blue, a lot more black, and just a tiny bit of white at the tail end of the bike. I also changed the suit from black and yellow to navy blue with light blue, and I also changed the helmet, which is now a bit darker, and white stripes are a bit broader, and I also made it to be matte, opaque metal instead of opaque plastic, so and a bit darker, so yeah, better fit with the bike and the suit. So that's the helmet we'll be using in this season. We'll also have few special helmet liveries for our three home races. We are now running number 92, which I couldn't run in Moto3 because it was taken already. And yeah, everything is ready now to start the season. Whoops, I don't want to exit the career mode. So we are off to Qatar for what is opening round of the season. I'll do practice off camera and I'll meet you all in qualifying. So qualifying went miserably. In Q1 I was way off the pace. I fell down on one of my faster laps, and on my final attempt Jorge Navarro came out of the pits just in front of me in braking zone, and I had to go off the track into the runoff area to avoid colliding with him. So that was fun. At least I managed to avoid being on the back row of the grid, but this season is not shaping up to be a good one. I'll see you in the race. So here we are for the Moto2 race, opening race of the season, and judging by the qualifying, this will be one tough season. Also, just to note, it has been few weeks since I have done the qualifying session. I had some personal stuff to deal with, and it was also Olive's season, so yeah, I was a bit out of time for playing MotoGP 20, so I expect this race to go very bad. I'll be happy if I get any points at all at the end of the season of this race. We are starting in 26th, and I just have to check if my setup has stayed. No, it's not. Where is it? I think I used this one, yes. So the tires I'll use for this race are medium front and hard rear. I thought about going with hard front, but I'll try with the medium this time. And also I'll have full tank of fuel. I have to use higher power settings because of my lack of pace. So in this episode I think I'm going to do it as I always do, so 2 full races, and then I'll try in the next episode to see how will it work to do 2 or 3 races per episode, but in highlights format, just so I can quickly go through this Moto2 season, because I don't really like Moto2. I always take a lot to go through that season, a lot of time, because I just have no motivation to do Moto2. So we'll see what will happen, but now let's get ready for the race.
Motorcycle Grand Prix will start shortly here in Doha, with the riders ready to compete on this amazing floodlit racetrack.
So everything is ready. Nice start, I must say. Tentative on the brakes into turn 1. There was few people crashing around me. I was pushed out, and we lost 2 positions compared to where we started, but we're still up and running. So I'll take, especially these first 2 races, I'll take them easy. I really don't expect much. I'm not comfortable at all on the Moto2 bikes. But if we can get something out of it, nice. If not, not a big deal. We're closing in on Dalla Porta, I think. I lost a bit of time here and we're down. Yeah, I don't know, I can't understand really these two Moto2 bikes. I think I will just use this race as a practice for the next one. I think I'll even be cutting it short, so I'll see. If nothing interesting happens at all through this race, I just show the end of it and that's all. And so I'm now starting the final lap of the race. There is really nothing good about this race. I even got a long lap penalty for track limits. And the only good thing actually about this race is that it's over. Bike just isn't working for me here, and I have no confidence, I have no rhythm, no nothing. And I also had one more crash other than the one you saw. So let's do long lap. At least we did that almost, but either way we haven't got anything bad from it, because we were still a long way behind not just the leaders, but the first rider ahead of us is about 20 seconds down the road. Nicola Bulega crashed. If we are lucky, we might not even be the last. But Baltazar is still next in front, so Buega obviously had enough of the gap so that he doesn't lose all the positions. So first race of the season, 26th on the grid, 30th in the race with 2 crashes. Not the way to start a middle class season, but at least it's done. First race is over finally. Probably one of the worst races so far in this career. Even my fastest lap time was what, 2 seconds off the pace. Yeah, by far the slowest lap time in the race of anyone. So yeah, championship standings the same as the race. Di Gianantonio has won the race ahead of Gardner, Arbolino and Lowe's. Bezecchi and Raul Fernandez complete the top 6. And in team championship, Red Bull KTM Ayo is leading the race with 30 points. My team is dead last with no points as so far. So I'll see you in the post-race. Well, I almost said celebrations, but yeah, post-race cutscenes and stats. So my reputation has really gone down, and that won't be helping me with establishing myself with MotoGP teams. Hopefully we can start getting back some of it in the next race, but I really doubt it on this Moto2 bike. So we got 100 credits to our bank and some research data from past tasks. Not really too much, but still something to do on our bike. So engine, we can do new engine upgrade, and new frame will be here in a week's time. So this will give us more torque, and it will be done in, let's see, I have all my guys on frame. Yeah, but I will put engine guys here. So Diaz, Kelly, who else? Williams, Thomas. Yeah, we'll use them on engine, and others can still continue work on the frame. So 4 weeks for the new engine upgrade, and frame will now be 2 weeks away because we took some people off it and there is less people working on it now. So next race will be Doha Grand Prix, but first I have to check for new personal manager, and this guy seems to be a lot better than the one we have so far, so we'll get him signed on. And yeah, so here we are for the race 2 of the season. I'll still do free practice 1 and 3 like before the previous race, and I'll meet you on track in qualifying. So free practice went much better than last time. I got about 1 second a lap quicker than I was in the first weekend here in Qatar, and I played a bit with my setup and I got a lot more confidence on braking. There's still a lot of time to be found in corners, especially high speed corners. I seem to have some understeer, but at least I'm feeling more confident in my bike than what was the case in the previous weekend. And we were 22nd in combined times, so we'll still have to go through Q1.
First qualifying session.
So here we are. We have to be in top 4 to go into Q2, and hopefully we'll manage to do that. I don't plan to use more than one set of tires, because if I go to Q2 I need one set to be fresh to try to post good time there. So we'll go on track now and see what happens. So far my 2 attempts weren't good. In first attempt I crashed 2 corners before the end of the lap. In the second I invalidated my lap time at the same corner by going too wide. But this time looks like we could do something fairly good. Although the top lap times are off my pace. But not by much still. At least not at this part of the lap. So the last corner of these 3 right-handers is the one where I had problems so far. So excuse me for going a bit too careful there. And now I make a mistake in the penultimate corner. This could be a nice lap time, although not enough for Q2 I think. Just missing on Q2 by 7 thousandths of a second. So, this was much better than last weekend. We still failed to qualify for Q2, but at least we aren't so far. Aaron Canet was ahead of me by just 7 thousandths of a second, and I haven't had enough time to mount new set of new front tire and go for it once again. But still, we are going into the race feeling much more confident than what we were in last weekend. So here we are for the race. Good stuff, much better than last weekend. We are in P19. I already set my tires. I was debating whether to go with hard rear or medium rear, but in practice, in warmer temperatures, mediums held very nicely in 5-lap stint, and races 7 laps, so it shouldn't be a problem. Full tank of fuel and we are ready to race. I hate how those who are in Q2 have slower lap times than what we were doing in Q1, but that's neither here or there. We weren't in Q2, and that's all that matters. So that's was the full starting grid, and now let's get ready to race.
Motorcycle Grand Prix will start shortly here in Doha,
Red flag is
with the
being
riders
taken
ready to
away.
compete on this amazing
Everything is ready, and we are hoping for a good start. Red lights are on, and we are off for Doha Grand Prix. Not a bad start. I had to tap rear brake a bit because my front wheel went high up. We gained few positions. We are in P14 for now. That was a nice start of the race. Nice that we didn't have a warning for that. Celestino Vietti is the one ahead. I'm going to try and go past him. A bit too deep, but this part of the track opens up nicely. A bit of a contact with Celestino, but we are through finally. Next one is Joe Roberts. I'm liking how it's going so far. I'm going to use Power Map 3 for the straight. Maybe catch some slipstream and maybe a few positions as well. Nice slipstream. This was a nice piece of work here. And we are into top 10. Boben Schneider is ahead now. Tires are holding nicely. And I went in too shallow in that corner. A bit wide. Luckily I haven't gone off track. Few mistakes here and there. Nice exit here. I'm sorry I'm not talking too much, but I'm trying to concentrate on my riding. And I was too long on that curb, it sucked me off. Joe Roberts in my way. Now Jake Dixon. Maybe we can get nice slipstream again. And that's back into P10 for lap 3 of Doha Grand Prix. A bit late on the brakes here. Still went nicely. trying to catch Ben Schneider and guys around him. It's nice to be able to have good pace compared to the guys ahead of me. Gaining more and more confidence with each lap that I do on this Moto2 bike. Much better this time around here. It won't be a fastest lap pace, but it will be a much better lap time than I had so far in the race or at all at this track. Power mapping 3 for the straight, a bit of slipstreaming, and we are back with the pack. Almost the fastest lap. It was probably my best ever lap around this track. On this game at least. I just don't know how they can cut the inside curb and still carry so much speed. When I tried it, it just took me wide and I had to slow down to not go out of the track. So now that I caught up with them, I hope to be able to pass at least few guys. I don't expect to finish on the podium or to win the race, but every little counts. And when we compare to the last weekend, it's a much better feeling and result. So we are going to power mapping 3 now again for the straight, and we'll have a nice slipstream here on Schrotter, Ben Snyder and Ogura. That's nice to see. We are now into top 6. Okay, we lost 2 positions, but confidence is getting higher and higher with how the race is developing. And the Gura pushes me wide, and I get through 2 track limit warnings. It's lap 5 of 7. Tires are holding up nicely. and we are catching them still after losing some time. Nice, nice, nice. Power mapping 3 again for the straight. Nice exit from the last corner. And we don't even need a slipstream to pass these two guys, Fernandez and Ogura. We are into P6 now. Two laps to go. Can we get into top 5? We are keeping up with them. We are keeping up with them. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. They are fighting between themselves, opening up a chance for me to catch up. And we are on their tails. Marco Bezzecchi is in front of me. I'm going to not risk too much. I almost made a mistake. And Bezzecchi has fallen. That's top 5 for me. And 4th track limit warning. Let's hope we can finish in top 5. That would be a great recovery after the first race of the season. It's final lap of the race. And I was so far on the brakes here. But no problem, we're still in P5. Podium is just up the road, but I think I'm rather going to keep up this place and take home good points. I'm happy with how the tires held up through this race. Someone crashed, but that was behind. And I went far too slow through that corner. So here is where my original mic's recording cut off for some reason. So I'll do the end of this video in post comments. And yeah, this is just penultimate corner of the final lap. I decided in this final lap to not try to hunt for the podium, but to bring home the 5th place and solid points after the 2 opening races of the season. I had a great pace in race and I was actually very surprised about it. So yeah, this is the end of the race. 5th place in the bag. Bad taste from the first race kinda washed away. Almost the fastest lap, just I think a 10th behind Bezzecchi's fastest time in the race. And these are standings. We are inside the top 10 in P8 on 11 points, 39 points behind the championship leader, but we'll deal with that one race at a time. This is also team standings. We are in top 10 again, but that's not what I'm looking really seriously in, because we know that custom teams can only have one rider, and that basically makes it impossible to win the team championship. So weekend reputation went up nicely. We are almost at high enough level to start our junior teams for the next season in Moto3 class. Money is going up as well. And this is just the recap of what I did in practice sessions and research data that I gathered there. So that was first two races of the season. I also have some MotoGP teams interested in me, like Tech3, Pramac, and LCR Honda. Though if I'm going to go to the official team, it will be Petronas Yamaha or Monster Yamaha, and if I have to go for custom team, I'd like this one, Hertz Yamaha, because it's almost completely blue, and that's how I think Yamaha should look in MotoGP. So we have frame development applied to our bike. I'm also going to develop electronic brakes assistance, engine brake assistance, sorry, first level, because we have no developments on this bike of it yet, and it will take 15 weeks to be completed. I thought to go to develop the next upgrade for the frame, but I didn't realize that my R&D points were spent on electronics. So I put few people on research for frame just to get some research data and get the chance to do another upgrade there. And all in all, it's everything that was done after the race. Next time we are racing in Portugal, and I'll meet you in qualifying session at the Portugal Grand Prix. See you later.